This Christmas marks a poignant milestone for Julian Assange, his first in 14 years spent outside the confines of prison or exile, and his plea deal in a US federal court to his current life on the New South Wales coast marks a huge journey. His move to freedom has been as turbulent as has been symbolically resonant, and his message for the holiday season, peace and dignity for all, offers a rare, tranquil insight into a life defined by controversy and endurance, and to imprisonment that I cannot understand why he was left in solitary confinement. And it seems that the British judicial system is harsher when it feels that it has been itself rebuked than it is when it's actually doing its job and punishing people who have genuinely done something irresponsible or done something wrong. Assange's path to freedom culminated in this plea agreement that not only ended his physical confinement, but also sparked renewed debates about the boundaries of journalism, state power, the legal apparatus that governs both. His public statement following his release that he is free because he pled guilty to journalism cuts to the heart of his ideological crusade. For Assange, journalism remains a critical, even dangerous act of dissent, one increasingly under threat. I talk to journalists regularly, and there are journalists I know with, sort of bounty on their heads, and the terror of simply reporting what is true comes at a price. In Belmarsh prison, where Assange spent 5 years after Ecuador withdrew its protection, Assange endured solitary confinement. Why? In a state he described as stripping away one's sense of self, leaving only the raw essence of existence. It's a haunting commentary on the physical and psychological cost of his resistance. Now, as he swims in the ocean and treks through Australian wilderness, he begins the complex process of rebuilding a life fractured by years of isolation and persecution. Yet freedom comes with its own complexities. Assange's release doesn't signify closure, but a new chapter in his battle for the rights of journalists worldwide. His wife Stella and his brother, Gabriel Shipton, have called on President Biden to issue a pardon, emphasizing the precedent set by Assange's guilty plea. It's not just Assange's legacy that hangs in the balance, but the broader implications for journalists who navigate the fraught terrain of truth-telling in an era of governmental opacity and punitive action. This year, his Christmas message is accompanied by an image both serene and striking. Assange holding a lamb, a symbol of peace and innocence, and its stark contrast to the high-stakes battles that have defined his life. For many, the image is a reminder that beyond the geopolitical implications of his actions, there's a human story, one of resilience, family, and the profound yearning for freedom. Stella Assange encapsulates this human dimension in her reflections. The once unattainable joys of swimming, sunlight, and togetherness are now realities. But as the Assange family celebrates these hard-won freedoms, their call for peace and dignity for all carries an undeniable edge. It's both a wish and a challenge, a recognition of how fragile those ideals remain in a world fraught with conflict and inequality. Assange's story remains unfinished. His release, while deeply personal, serves as a broader reminder of the enduring struggles for justice, transparency and accountability. And this Christmas, his message transcends his own experience, asking us to reflect on the values we hold dear and the cost of fighting for them in an increasingly divided and surveyed world. I made a short film about Assange's life, which I put on my other channel, and I'm going to leave a link to that at the end of this video here. So please go on there and find that. I'll also put it on Patreon. So if you have a chance to sign up to Patreon, then there'll be then the Assange video, my extended Assange video, will be waiting for you there too.